Welcome to Talk Fame to Me with B.Lynette, where the tea is hot, the shade is thick, and we don't wait for the dust to settle before we sweep the floor. Today's lineup is giving double downs, damage control, designer shade, and men who still think they can talk about black women's hair. So grab your drink because this is about to get messy. Gina and Diddy, first up. She's not walking back that letter. No, she's doubling down with a tweet. Roll the tweet. Oh, she's Bobo. Sis basically said, read it twice if you're confused. Now, Gina, are you trying to get justice or a Netflix docuseries? And here's my shady question. Do you want a closure or do you just want your name trending every other week? Because at this point, the story is starting to have more seasons than Love and Hip Hop. And speaking of Diddy, let's talk about his lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, and this little PR stunt. Y'all watch this.
Diddy wants to work with domestic violence programs. He says that he wants to talk to like other people who are committing these acts and children and just different people to basically say, hey, here's what happened to me, here's what I went through. I don't want y'all to do the same things, make the same wrongs that I did. Basically trying to help people before they get to.
So while Diddy is still in jail, his lawyer is out here telling us he wants to become a domestic violence advocate now. Sir, read the room. My shady question is this about actually change or is this about parole optics? Because it's giving PR plan, not personal growth. Here's my advice. Sean, if you really want people to believe you change, stay quiet, do the work, and let your actions speak. Right now, every move is looking like a chess play for public sympathy. On a genuine, heartfelt note, actor Malcolm-Jamal Warner has passed away, as you guys should know by now. His mother shared a deeply personal pen letter on Instagram in his memory. Here's the letter. This is heartbreaking and a huge loss to the entertainment world. Malcolm brought dignity, talent, and quiet strength to everything he touched, and he managed to navigate decades in the Hollywood without a scandal or mess. We send him love, his family love, and strength, and may he rest in peace. All right, now, let's get vintage. David Justice is talking about Halle Berry again. Watch this video.
We never had any major issues like that. It's just that because I was young and had only been in, honestly, one real relationship before her, my knowledge and my understanding, my wisdom around relationships just wasn't vast. So I'm looking at my mom, and I'm a Midwest guy, so in my mind, I'm thinking a wife at that time should cook, clean.
Traditional.
And then I'm thinking, okay, if we have kids, is this the woman I want to have kids with and build a family with? And at that time, as a young guy, she don't cook, don't clean, don't really seem like motherly. And then we start having issues.
Oh, wow. Here we go. Now he's saying Holly didn't cook or clean, and he's comparing her to his own mother's values. From a relationship that they had over 30 years ago. My shady question, sir, are we talking about relationship standards or are you just upset she didn't make you a plate? Because this grudge is old enough to have grandkids. Over in the boxing ring, Clarissa Shields says Layla Ali is scared and Layla said, no ma'am. Watch this.
We're poking around waiting for me to give you an answer. The answer is yes. I am going to answer your question when I'm good and ready to do it. Because you know what? Nobody calls shots on me. I do things when and how and where I like to do them. Bye. Love you guys.
Then let's watch this.
Like your response to that.
Layla and her representatives has told us no. Like the answer is no. She doesn't want to fight, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. I'm not upset. I mean, I wouldn't fight me either. You know what I'm saying? I understand that she's scared. I'm moving on. I got plenty of girls who I can fight. I can make plenty of championship fights. I can go up, I can go down. I mean, it's not a big deal. I thought that she was about all that talk. She wanted 15 million. I went and got the 15 million, and now it's all this backpedaling. So, congrats to her and whatever she's doing, but I'm moving on with my career, and I'm happy that she said no. I really didn't want to have to put the pause on her anyway. You know what I'm saying? Her and her team, great. I think that's great that they did what they did. That's perfect to me. Yeah.
So
Okay, talk your talk, champ. Oops, she said what she said. Now, shady question. If Layla was in her prime right now, do you think Clarissa would still be this confident? Because the talent pool today, baby, it's looking like kiddie swim. Nicki Minaj and Bryant. Des apologized. Nicki responded on Twitter. Let's look. Notice that he apologized and she asked him if he still wants to fight her husband. Grow up, Nicki. You see, Nicki stays on Twitter like she's getting a $1 million check from Elon, and now she's tweeting about how JayZ didn't endorse Kamala Harris, while she didn't either. Yeah, the pot calling the kettle non-voting. In my opinion, if you really have a case or something serious to address with JayZ, take it to court, not to the timeline. The public doesn't care about justice. They care about the entertainment. And Beyonce, girl, don't send another bouquet to Nicki. She clearly likes beef more than flowers. Speaking of Beyonce, this Cowboy Carter era is a masterclass in how to treat your people. Watch this video. Now, that's how you keep a team loyal. Now, with shade in the group chat, not with shade in the group chat, but with Louis Vuitton in their hands. You're a part of my legacy energy, and I love it. And then Piers Morgan, sir, why are you speaking on Beyonce's hair?
This is a disgraceful, culturally appropriating moment where she is hijacking Marilyn Monroe in a disgraceful manner. In fact, borderline racist and possibly akin to the Nazis. Would you agree?
You actually don't know anything about cultural appropriation, Pierce. You're just hijacking words like woke, misusing them with your political bias, and trying to spin it into something it's not.
Can you answer the question?
See, this is why the block button exists. My shady question, why is it always black women's hair? Pierce, you could be over there critiquing somebody's white blowout, perm, or comb over, but no, you're here with opinions on Cowboy Carter's crown. Sir, find your lane and stay there. And since we're here, let's get into Marilyn Monroe's natural brunette. Hollywood turned her blonde because it sold tickets. But y'all, society will bleach, fry, and curl themselves into oblivion for the look, and then turn around and obsess over every single thing black women do with their hair. Why is it always black women's hair? Pierce, talk about somebody's white hair for once. In fact, make that your lane. Go review British Parliament's comb over game and leave us alone. My shady question is it admiration or appropriation? Because the lines gets thinner every year. So there you have it. Courtroom statements to LV luggage to unqualified hair commentary. We've covered it all. Drop your thoughts in the comments, especially on that Nicki versus Beyonce comparison, because priorities are showing, baby. This has been Talk Fan to Me with B.Lynette, where we sip smart, spill shameless, and serve shade with a smile. See you next time.